Hello and welcome to another edition of Commando Gaming. We're going to continue our series on RogueTech today. One of the things I'm trying to do is for these videos, I'm trying to set it up so we start out with a mission um, just to try to minimize the load time that's involved in these videos. As you know, Battletech has a fair amount of load time as it sets up the mission for you. So I'm just going to jump into these videos with a mission already queued up so we can really get some gameplay into these videos. So I've set myself up. If you haven't watched the previous videos in the series, you might want to do that just to understand the game and also understand where this career campaign is. So I've set up a mission fairly straightforward where we're going to fight the local government on behalf of the Davion command structure. And one of the things I did here is I went with a high pay minimum salvage, just because I was getting a little low on cash, and I didn't want to have a financial problem. So basically, I took the I took the a 2.8 salvage on this, and I took max pay. And there's probably going to be some bonuses in there to bump it up a little bit. Basically, it's going to give me enough money for a month worth of my financial statements. So I think that's a good way to go, especially since it's against the government. There probably isn't going to be a lot of against the civil government. There's probably not going to be a lot of high-end mechs, and it's probably not going to be really good salvage, although I'll get my choice of 2 pieces of salvage. So I'll still get some salvage plus the 8 that I'll get as random. So I think that's a good way to go when I'm fighting the civil authorities, which generally have not so as good a mechs as if you're fighting, for example, the clan or one of the major houses. So let's jump into this mission. All right, so we're playing in the jungle here, so we're definitely going to have to manage our heat and make smart choices. Um, and this is a straight up fight, right? We're just going to destroy an enemy scout lance. So it looks like they're positioned here. So we're probably going to try to move up. Probably try to get into these trees here for some cover and defensive bonuses. The fact that I'm going to be attacking from this peninsula means I should have a little protection on my flanks. It's not that they can't go to my flanks, but it's going to take them a little longer to move to my flanks. So if they are moving to the flanks, I'll probably pick up on them before they attack. Um, Also, looking at the map edge here, they could probably go around this edge to get to my flanks, and they could certainly move around this edge. But there's some deeper water here. So I think this is set up pretty good for me to have a stand-up fight, um, which bodes well for me because I'm probably going to have the heavier mechs. And unlike the last couple fights where I had against the clans, I'm probably not up against superior technology. So let's just move our lance forward here. I've got 2 Centurions. I have my Vulcan, and I have my Wolfhound back from extensive repairs. So I basically have my original lance back for this mission. One thing you'll notice in these missions, because you have to replace armor, you're going to have multiple days in between missions, which is much more realistic than vanilla Battletech, where you can just slap on some armor instantly and go back out and fight again. In addition, as you've seen in the previous videos, your mech warriors actually need some rest in between missions. So that's another reason that things just go a little slower. And that's fine. I mean, they're one thing I found uh, in career mode for traditional Battletech, while I enjoyed it, I felt like there was a lot of pressure to go, 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 because you're trying to get as many points as you can within a defined period of time. Um, whereas they don't have a arbitrary time window in RogueTech, so you can take your time. Make sure you go out with the best mechs. Make sure that you have the best soldiers available for every mission, or best pilots, because you know the last thing you want to do is rush onto the battlefield and lose mechs in this game. So, all right, we got our first opponent. We got a Stinger. Nothing we can't handle here. We have a really good high percentage shot. So we're going to get our first shot in on the enemy, and we should do some fair damage here. All right, not so bad. We got some exposed structure already. And now we have the opportunity to just kind of move forward and see if we can maybe get this Stinger out of the action pretty quickly. Really good hit percentage on this AC-20. And my missiles as well. So we're definitely going to take the shot here. All right, got some good hits there. We got a pilot injury already. One thing you'll see in RogueTech, and it works for and against you, is your pilots can get injured a lot easier. Whereas with traditional Battletech, most of the time you just had injuries when your mech or the enemy's mech got knocked over. It can happen a lot more often and much more randomly in RogueTech. All right, we got some good hits in there with that large pulse laser. See, they're trying to flank. That's one thing they always do in this game, is they always try to get around your flank. So we got a fire starter flanking us. So we might want to have to detail one mech to fight that fire starter just to make sure. And we got another fire starter who's probably also going to try to get into our flank here. So what I'll probably do is take this Centurion. Actually, I would like to see if I could get the Stinger off the field because we've done a lot of damage. So let's take a shot here, see if we can take the Stinger off the field. All right. Took out the Stinger. So now it's 4 against 2. As you could see, taking out one of the mechs tells us how many opponents we have, assuming that there aren't reinforcements. So it's 4 against 2 here, so I'll probably detail 2 against 2, or 2 against 1, and see if we can't take these guys out. Oh, here we go. Speak of the devil. Enemy reinforcements. Knew that was coming. So whenever we get reinforcements coming in, and in RogueTech, they give you a vague idea where they're coming from, but they don't give you like an X for the reinforcements. So they're coming from the same direction as this fire starter. So what that tells me is I need to really try to get these last 2 scouts off the board relatively quickly so I can fight against this new lance that's coming in. So our heat is starting to build up. Never good when we're in pressure to eliminate an enemy quickly. There's a spore field here. He's right at the edge of the spore field. I don't think we're going to get a buff for that, but let's fire in. No hits there. And then what I want to do is I really want to put an emphasis on getting rid of this other fire starter here, because as the new opponents come in, he's going to, and you see they're already coming in right here. I don't want an enemy in our flank. So it makes sense for me to focus on really trying to take the fire starter out here, this fire starter out first. So then I just have my opponents coming from this direction. The one thing that'll really get you in trouble in Battletech, and especially RogueTech, is having enemies attacking your flanks and rear. So we want to clean this fire starter up as quickly as possible. All right, got some good hits there. All right, let's see what they do. All right, see how that fire starter charged in? Um, fire starters really can move in really quickly, or not just fire starters, but light mechs really can be upon you very quickly in this game. So, so our question is, should probably not the best shots here on this fire starter, but the flamer hopefully will give him some heat. And I'm actually going to move out of cover here. I don't like to do that, but again, I really would like to get this fire starter off the field. Simply because, again, I want to, if I take this threat out, then I could focus on one direction, which is really ideal. Okay. So you see where it said target acquired? My mech here has what's called a tag, which basically increases the aim for my whole lance on this one target. So as you'll see, the hit percentages on this mech will go up pretty substantially. So again, I want to keep working on this fire starter here. All right, he's down. So now we can focus on enemies coming from one direction, which is really ideal. I mean, this other lance will still try to flank me. All right, hit my wolfhound pretty good there. But at the same time, let's see, try to get into the rear arc of this fire starter here. Nice. So I could put in a lot of damage on the rear flank here. Flanking is so important in this game. And now, I mean, he's really put it in a tough spot because I can actually put 3 attacks into his rear here. All right, we got knocked down on him. He was really aggressive in attacking, which, you know, is not a bad strategy for a light to get in close. But then when a light does that, you can really ruin their day quickly. Since I don't have a lot of salvage here, let's just try to get this fire starter off the field as quickly as possible. All right, we got a commando. Looks like he's got a large laser. He looks like a more traditional commando. He's got a large laser and some missiles. We're going to keep seeing if we can finish off this fire starter here. All right. All right. So you can see this other lance is trying to, again, flank. So we got a flea here, and we've got a commando here. There's probably 2 or 3 others that we haven't accounted for yet. So the biggest threat right now, as far as I could tell, now for all we know, that flea has an AC 20. I don't think so. But just to give you an example, you can't take anything for granted here. But I would like to work on this commando. Heat is becoming a real challenge here. Didn't think we were going to get a hit there. I'm going to take my Vulcan here, and I'm going to let the Vulcan keep this flea busy. Because I don't want the flea to think it can just sneak around my flank. And then I'll let everybody else hopefully focus on this commando. So, you know, just like with traditional Battletech, you want to try to focus your firepower on one mech as much as you can, but you can't just ignore, like in traditional Battletech, I would just ignore a really small mech until I destroy the opponents. But if I ignored this flea and it got into my flank, he might actually destroy one of my mechs with a good lucky shot to the rear. So that's why you just want to play it safe here. Not a good hit on this AC-10, so I'm going to, and we're running low on ammo, so I'm going to disable that. Everybody else has a good percentage, especially our missiles. And see this tag here, which I mentioned earlier. If I hit on this tag, it'll increase the hit percentage for everybody in my lance. So that's why a tag can be very helpful. All right, we got something with the AC coming in. A hunchback. All right, so we've got some sizable salvage here. So that just reinforces the fact that I want to get rid of this flea and get rid of this commando as quickly as possible so I could focus on getting some salvage off that hunchback. Because a hunchback would be a nice little addition. So the flea is moved away. I could probably let him go for a round and just let everybody focus on taking out this commando. It's probably a good strategy. No hits there. Oh, all right. So we got a panther and a hunchback coming in. So this battle is going to get interesting really quick. So I need to get this commando resolved sooner than later. All right. Because once these additional mechs come in, this is going to be a challenging fight. I'll probably take a shot with this AC-10 right now. It's probably worth it. And I need to move my most powerful mech into cover here. I could probably shoot the AC-20. It's not the best hit percentages here, but I gotta try to get this commando off the field. That didn't work out so good. Watch that flea. It's probably gonna come back at some point. What I guess I would imagine what the flea is going to do is kind of wait until I'm engaged with these two and then probably try to attack my flank. All right, so I got to just see the one thing, you know, a lot of my instincts is saying move forward and take out this commando with some melee, but then I'm going to be exposing my lance to fire from this panther and hunchback. So I think we're just going to keep doing what we're doing here. I mean, we're whittling this commando down pretty good. Probably have another round before that hunchback gets to the point where he's a threat. All right, see the commandos trying to pull back. See, I mean, the game does a really good job of thinking strategically. The commando's thinking, if I pull back and wait for these other two mechs, I'm going to be able to do a lot more damage. So probably worth taking the shots here. Not the best percentage. There's the flea. Came back in. All right, so I'm going to do two things. I'm going to try to move this way because what I'd like to do is to get the enemy to travel through that fungus, those pod spores. This right here, if I can get them to walk through here, which the AI will sometimes do, that would be really good. Got a good shot on this flea right now, so let's go ahead and keep working on him. Did some good damage there. And let's kind of do the same thing here. We'll multi-target. Maybe do the missiles on the commando because they have a good hit percentage. And not use the ACs, but the AC ammo because I'm getting low on AC ammo. And see if we can have some success with some missiles here. Ooh, engine destroyed. Nice. And I put a tag on him. Hunchback. Ooh, that Hunchback's got a serious cannon on it. So let's keep moving that direction. Again, I want to see if I can get these guys to go into that area. Pretty good hit percentage for the AC-20 on this Hunchback. I might go that direction. Probably do a multi-target here. So we're going to do all three. And let's kind of play with the percentages. So I use the AC-20 on the Hunchback. Flea has a really good percentage chance with the Infernos. So that looks pretty good. All right, I hit with the AC-20. Did some damage on the flea. All right, see the flea kind of jumped over here with its speed. So the flea is kind of saying, hey, I'm taking a lot of damage. I need to take, basically the flea is taking a round off. He'll come back probably when he can get into my flank. All right, I got a good hit percentage with the large laser on this Hunchback. That's a pretty good hit. All right, see the flea is trying to move to my flank here. Oh no, that's the commando. Take that back. Not the best percentage chance, but I'll... Ooh, I got a good hit on there. Upper arm destroyed. Pretty good. Hunchbacks coming in for their shot. Connected, but since we're in cover, we did pretty good. I can live with that. All right. Probably don't want to use the AC here for 37%. Oh, wait, no, it's 56% chance. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Fair amount of damage there. Oh, the Panther. Almost forgot about you, Panther. Almost. Alright, I'm going to try to move the Wolfhound to this flank a little bit. Try to keep this commando from getting in behind us. Take a shot with the large laser here. Oh, we got lucky. I mean, the Hunchback is by far the biggest threat here, so we need to keep working on this Hunchback as much as we can. Ooh, we took out the rifle. Okay, so it doesn't have an AC 20 on it. It just has rifles, which is good for us. Ooh, the flea is in the clouds, is in the spores. Oh, this commandos really wants to wreck my day. All right, so pretty good percentage all the way around here. So we're just going to unload everything on this Hunchback. All right, Hunchback is in a world of hurt here. And we took out one of his rifles. So I'm actually going to switch priorities a little bit because I don't want these guys to get into my flank. So I'm actually going to try to take this commando out. Maybe we can do that with this salvo. All right, commando down. All right, the Hunchback took entrenched because it's not having a good day. So good percentage. All right, I got a better percentage on the Hunchback. So we're going to take a shot on the Hunchback here. All right, Hunchback is stressed. Really good shot to end this Hunchback right now. What if I do a targeted strike? Can probably live with that percentage. I was hoping that would knock him down. Vulcan. He's so close to being knocked down. Maybe we can knock him down here. Take out the leg. All right, we got a knockdown. Much harder to do than in traditional Battletech. And one of the things knocking down an opponent does is it really puts us in a situation where the enemy mech starts to panic. All right. Took down the hunchback. Hopefully we'll get some salvage out of that one. Maybe a piece. All right, and now the flea is around here somewhere. Probably has some stealth built into it, so until we see the flea, we can probably just focus on this panther, because that panther's still got a lot of armor on it. Looks like that was the flea. Yeah. So there's the flea. I think I'll switch the light mech to go against the flea. Just to keep him busy. All right, or to take him out, just like I planned, right? All right, and now that we have one opponent left, we can really be pretty aggressive by doing some alpha strikes here. I'm probably going to use most of my salvage on the hunchback. So we really just want to take down this panther at this point. He doesn't have a PPC that I could see, so he's not as much of a threat probably as a traditional panther. He does have a large laser. My guess would be maybe they traded out the PPC for 2 large lasers. All right, we're getting really hot. I'm glad we can just really focus our strikes on this panther, hopefully to finish him off. Now, this is about the time where in original Battletech, the panther would just charge forward and you would get an easy kill. Notice this guy's making it hard for us, but at some point he's probably going to get into panic mode and eject, or I can just keep taking him apart. All right, so that should be it. So we took out 7 mechs. We didn't get too much damage on our mechs, so I would consider that one heck of a good mission. Now keep in mind that these were against civil authority mechs, so it's not quite like we were fighting the clan like we fought earlier. But still, successful mission. We probably got a good payment. We'll get a bonus probably for the killing the reinforcements as well. So we probably got enough cash to buy ourselves a month of training up our mechs and getting salvage. Yep, so that'll almost pay for a month of our basic finances. So that's not too bad. Wolfhound got a little structural damage. Everybody else is in pretty good shape. So pretty successful mission. We've got some armor we need to replace here, 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 and here, and some structural here. But altogether, for taking down 7 mechs, that was a pretty effective mission in my mind. So, and everybody got a kill, which is great. All right, let's look at our salvage options. We got some pretty good. We can get a piece of this hunchback. And there's some fire starter parts here, but we probably will get some more interesting parts, maybe. No, I was hoping maybe there was some interesting components, maybe an engine that was worth grabbing. Um, but I don't see any salvage here that I have to get. So we're just going to look at the parts. So I'm definitely going to take the Hunchback, of course. All right, so this Panther, it's not really the best Panther. So we'll probably take the fire starter here. Fire starter. And see what else we get. So we got a commando piece, a Panther piece, and that's pretty much it. The heat sinks, I actually could use those. So not a bad mission there. So I just wanted to do a quick mission for you guys. This is going to be a really short, this is going to be a fairly short video. I'll probably get back in later on today for those of you that are watching the channel closely and put up another video later. But I think that was a pretty successful mission. Again, as in previous videos, there's probably going to be some background repairing of mechs, etc. So we're going to make this a short video and tune in for RogueTech 3, which will be coming out probably either today or tomorrow. So pretty good mission. You could see the difference in fighting the clan versus fighting like civil authorities. I mean that was a mission where we destroyed 7 mechs, and we really didn't get that much damage on our end. So it was really more like a traditional Battletech battle, except you could see our opponents were fighting a lot smarter than what you would see in Battletech. So you could still see the RogueTech influence, I guess you could say. Um, but it's definitely a situation um, where it was a fairly straightforward mission. So let's take a look at the consequences here. So we got 39,000 in damage. It'll take 8 days for repairs. So we can go ahead and say yes to getting those repairs started. And let's take a look at our priorities here. So the Wolfhound, 1 day, Centurion, 2 days, Lo Yang, 5 days. And that's just to replace the armor. So that's probably about the right ratio. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this video. I'll do some stuff on the back end, get my mechs repaired, upgrade my mech warriors, and then we'll come right back for a mission right at the top of RogueTech number 4, because this is RogueTech number 2. And then again, I'm going to try to start out with some gameplay right at the start of the videos, because I think that's the most interesting thing for people to watch. So tune in for that. Again, if you enjoyed this video, please check out our other videos on the channel. We have a wide selection of gameplay. We've got Battletech, we've got Stellaris, we've got Stormworks, if you're interested in that. We've got Guns Up. We have a wide range of games. We try to bring new games into the rotation on a regular basis just to keep things interesting. But we're definitely going to continue this series, so tune in. Please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you know when we drop a new video. Talk to you soon.